Hey, it's your boy Gavin, back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about if I had my last $1,000, how would I go about it on Amazon? What would I buy? Now, with this simple strategy, there's a couple of things that you have to know. If you're going to only have your last $1,000, you're going to have to do things really analytically. You're going to have to make your risk assessment. Your choices of products are going to have to be really good. So I want to show you a formula that you can actually do this if you only had $1,000 left, or you're starting with $1,000, or you're just new to Amazon, you've only got $1,000. I want to show you the step-by-step formula that I would go through if I had my last $1,000. So let's head over to my computer because it's very hot out here. As you can see, I'm in my singlet. It's about 35 degrees here today in Thailand. That's about 95 degrees Fahrenheit for you people in America. So yeah, it's a little bit warm today. Let's get back into my computer where it's a little bit cooler, and let's go through this step-by-step formula. Alright guys, so we're back in my computer. Now, before we start, what we want to do is we want to find best-selling products that are very similar, and we want to kind of ride off the coattails of a best-selling product. So by going to the bestsellers, you just go to your Amazon account, log in. Up the top here it'll say bestsellers, click on that, and this is actual data from Amazon telling you in whichever category here on the left hand side, if you get into these subcategories, which products are selling right now. So if you know it's ranked number 1, it's obviously selling a lot. Number 2, 3, and so forth. Now there's no real accurate software out there for, like we're talking about Amazon Australia, there's no real accurate software out there. I tried eGrow in the past. I would definitely stay away from that. It's inaccurate, in my opinion. So we can't really get numbers like that you would get off other softwares that they have for Amazon USA. And there's a bunch of them out there: Jungle Scout, Helium 10. So we're just going to look at the best-selling categories and then just drill down. Now what you need to know is we're not going to get similar items, we're going to get very similar items. They're not going to be exactly the same, but they're going to be similar. Maybe bundle them, maybe add a few other products with it. But we know they're selling, so it gives us an indication of kind of like what to source, okay? Now I would stay away from medical equipment. Now here's the thing, you have to know what you're buying the product first and know all your costs before you actually get the product, because if you don't know the actual price, you're going to sell your item and you're not going to know the true profit. All right, and this is a trap that a lot of newbies get into, because like you're down to like your last $1,000 here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get small volume of multiple products, and then we're going to test these items. All right, so we have to know our profit margins before we order these products, or else we're just going to fail. We're just going to bring them in, it's not going to sell, or it's going to be too competitive, it's going to be too cutthroat, and no one makes money. Now I posted a video in February about this, and it's called the rule of thirds. So this is really important, and the rule of thirds basically breaks down the cost of the goods landed, the total fee, Amazon fees, and the profit. And if you go by this, you're going to be good. All right, so I want to take you to some scenarios now so that you understand this. I posted this video, and it basically, you should watch this video. Okay, so this is like a spreadsheet that I made, and I've taken it to a different, like the rule of thirds, and then I've taken it to the 5x and the 10x. So it would be good if you could get 10x, what I call the 10x profit. So basically, let's just talk about the rule of thirds. Basically, it means the cost of the goods landed, all right? Then you got the shipping and the cost of the goods landed in Australia to the Amazon warehouse, okay? So that's a fixed price. Then you got like the Amazon fees, all right? So Amazon, they have dropped their referral fee somewhat, a little bit, but it's around about 30%, okay, of the selling price. All right, so in other words, if you sell a product for $30, they're going to charge you a little bit less than $10 for them to, you know, for you to use their platform, the selling referral fee, the picking fee, you know, all the fees associated with that item for you to allow to use their platform and to sell it to their customer. And that's what they call, like, I've kind of rounded it off to make it really simple, but it's around about 30%, okay? And then your last piece of the pie will be your net profit before tax, and then that'll be like your half, okay? So you've got to split the pie into three, and when you know this, then you're not going to make silly mistakes when you go out there and start sourcing products. Now you can take this to the a little bit further, and you can go to like 1 to 5 ratio. So basically you're making around about you're making more profit, 264%, and then finally the 10x, you're making about 597 profit. Okay, so in this spreadsheet, if I just type in this number here, this will basically tell me what I've got to source it for. Okay, so let's go through some scenarios here, and you'll know what I mean. So let's go here. Let's scroll down. Let's see what I could possibly get. So this is in the top 10. Maybe we could just get maybe this item here. Okay, so this seller here is a bestseller. They sell like these little organizers. Okay. They're for like iPhone, I guess. Yeah. So what I like to do is I'll then have a look at this item. Let's just click on this, and then what I'll do is I'll just download a app called Source Now. Okay, you need Chrome browser to do this, and it'll just pop up here. See how it's popping up there, and I can just click it. And what it's going to do is it's automatically going to import this image into Alibaba, and it's going to try to match a product. There you go, boom. See how quick that was? So now I've got some like already found like certain suppliers that'll find this, sell me this product. So we got this one here. They're about 13 cents for these ones. These ones are $1.70. This one's $2.78 to $3.36. It looks like they're all different sizes for different prices. So you'd have to contact these suppliers and say, look, maybe if I was doing this, you could do a different pattern. Like, you want to sell the same thing because you know that it's in demand, but you don't want to sell exactly the same thing. Like, you don't want to go out and source exactly the same, like this one here. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cord holders with the 2 2s and the 1s, and the different there's 2 there, 1. So you don't want to go exactly like this, because you're just going to be competing on price. Maybe you want to do like different colors. See how they got different colors? You could do a different combination. But I'm just showing you to know that like, if you just go and copy other listings, that is the fastest way to go broke. Okay, you're just going to compete on price. Do not ever get like exactly the same item. Just switch it up. Do multiple of one item, do a different combination, bundle it, add complementary items, you know, stuff like that. So then what I do is I would just go and let's say, for example, let's see the prices of these things. $12. Personally, I wouldn't get this item because it's a low ticket item, and there's probably a lot of competitors. So there's a lot of people selling. When you generally find that these items are really cheap to source, you'll find there's a lot of people get them, and you'll find that it's very saturated. So I would not personally go for this item, but let's just say you wanted to get like something similar to this. Let's say, for example, this one here is like $2.78, and you got to get 200 pieces, which kind of defeats the purpose. You don't want to get 200 pieces. You only want to get like 20 pieces or 10 pieces. So let's go here. Let's say this one here, they sell it for 10 pieces to me for like $1.70. Well, let's go on the high side, $2.15. Okay, they got the price here. Then you would just contact them and say, hey, look, how many for 10? Oh, they got different colors as well. So then you just figure out a price, like a pink ones, okay? So pink ones, I don't think there's anyone got, none of them have got pink. So you get pink ones. Pink ones, actually my first ever product on Amazon was pink. It was pink gloves. So the reason why I went pink, because no one had them. So, you know, and there's different combinations. But let's just say, for example, this one here is $2.15, all right? And then what you would do is, you go here, and then this guy here would be selling, let's see. So they're roughly selling these for about $13. Okay, there's not a lot of margin in this at all. So we just go back to what I said here. This selling price is going to be $13. So that means that we've got a, what did we say it was? $2.15. So that's like, that's borderline. That's borderline, okay? So if we buy it for $2.15, landed plus shipping, probably going to be about $3.22, and then you convert it to $6. Once you convert it to Australian dollars, it's $4.67. Then remember the rule of thirds, you're going to multiply by $4.67 by 3, because you're going to account for your Amazon fees and the cost of the product, and then you got your profits left. So there's not a lot of profit. See, $14, you've got to sell this item for $14 to make about 131% profit. But it's a little bit less than that because you got to pay tax. So the reason why I wouldn't get this item is because, first of all, it just comes in within the rule of thirds. So ideally, what you want is you want a product like over here. See, it says true, this pink graph, and it's like 10x or 500 and nearly 600% profit. So you got to look for products that have really high profit margin and that you get like dirt cheap. All right, now this isn't always easy to do, and this takes like, it takes hours of research to find these products, but they are out there. Okay, and so if you could get it for $2.15, the shipping be $1, landed be $2.22 Australian, and you're selling it for $46, like your profit margin is huge. Look at your net profit, it's $27.95. Okay, so what? So I mean, imagine if you just sold like 100 of these, you'd have 4,600 with only like $320 invested. You'd make 4,600 back, less your cost of the goods and your cost of the goods and your landing goods, and you know, so that's why you really want to go from like really low cost items but sell for like 10x. All right, so this is not easy to do, obviously. Okay, so what I've just mentioned, what I've just told you, took me a long time to figure out. Okay, it took me about 12 months on Amazon Australia just to figure what I'm just telling you out right now. Okay, so just trust me, you want to get really low ticket, like really low cost items, but sell them for really high. So again, step one would be find fast selling products on Amazon, the bestseller category. Okay, we go to the bestseller category, and then we just go here, and then we just start drilling down. Okay, I made another video on this. It's not rocket science, it's very simple actually. Stay away from masks and stuff. Okay, I'm just warning you now. Just go for products that have low competition or very little competition and cost very little, but they have a really high perceived value. Now, it's not easy to find these, I'll admit, but they are out there. Okay, there's thousands and hundreds and thousands of products on Amazon Australia. Then step 2, you want to apply the rule of thirds at the very bare minimum. Okay, remember we talked about this, the rule of thirds. Okay, but ideally you want to go for like 10x, or if you can 5. So you know it's costing you $2.15 in this scenario. $1 shipping, $3.20 landed, and you're selling for $23, right? You're making 264% profit. That is awesome. All right, so that's kind of what you want to aim for. $2 to $3 and sell it for $23 to $24. That's a really good. It's going to give you enough profit so then you can reinvest, because you remember you only got $1,000. Okay. Now you know the winning formula, because I'm just telling you it now. It took me a long time to figure this out. And then what you want to do is then you want to get small volume. Okay, you don't want to get large volume, because if you I made this mistake when I got one of my first products on Amazon Australia. Now mind you, I sold 500 of them. Okay, but it took me about a year to do it, and there was very little profit margin, because the supplier kept on saying, hey, you know, you need to buy 500 because first of all they said that you need to buy 1,000, and I got them down to like 500, and then I tried to get them down to 100, but then they said the price was going to be a lot more. So then I said, well, you know what, 500 is not too bad. It was a really good price, but I made the mistake that I got the high volume, I couldn't sell it and fast enough, couldn't turn it over, and there was a lot of competitors. All right, so I would have been way better to get smaller volume with say 10 products. That's what you're better off doing, getting small volume. So then you're putting out 10 products out there. You don't know, like, based on, like, it should sell based on like the research that you've done. It's a bestseller. It's not exactly, it's a green one, it's not a pink one, right? But the item sells. You've bundled it with something else. You've put better packaging on it. Okay, you've branded it, blah, 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 blah. It should sell. But you don't really know until you actually get the product there, run some PPC to it, maybe run about $5, $10 a day to it, and you'll know if it sells or not, okay? But you don't really know until you test the product. So that's what I'm saying. Don't commit to a bigger volume, just commit to a small volume of say 20 pieces or less. Then put 10 out, go out there and buy 10 products. So if you go out there and you buy 10 products, let's say you get your first 10 products, and what did we say before? They're about, let's say they're $3 per product, and you're buying 20 times 20, and then that's $60, and then you're going to get 10 products, okay? Because you got to test 10 products. You don't know what sells or what not. Then you multiply that by 10. So you're going to make an investment of about $600 plus a little bit more shipping and all that sort of stuff. Get your supplier in China to do all that for you and send DDP, okay? So that's going to save you some money with this side of it. Then you don't have to worry about a customs agent here in Australia. It's going to cost you more money. Get the Chinese supplier or an agent in China to do the logistics for you, okay? So it's their job to get the product to Amazon Australia, and then you're going to simply send it to Amazon directly to the warehouse, okay? So this is another thing. When I bought the small volume, the larger volume, I couldn't fit it all on Amazon, because I don't know if you know this, but when you first open up an Amazon account in Australia, it's not like Amazon Australia, USA. Okay, Amazon Australia limits you because that you're a new seller, you're a risk, you're a liability. So they only limit the amount that you can bring into their warehouse. Okay, this is totally different to the US. They give you unlimited space. So you have to start off and you have to build your account. As you start to get more sales, then they open up more space for you. Plus, they only have 2 warehouses in Australia. All right, they can't just have unlimited. They can't just have people sending containers and containers of stuff that might not even sell. You get free rent. Okay, they've limited it. So that's why you have to start off with smaller volume, and then build your account out, and they'll open up more units for you, both standard units and oversized units. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to send the units directly to Amazon Australia through your agent in China, and they're going to get it to Amazon door. You're going to give them all the labels to put on the outside of the carton, so that when it gets to Amazon, they know exactly who it's from and what to do with it, and it will have all the barcodes that they need. Okay, so then once they scan it in and count it, it'll show up in your inventory, and your listing will go live. Okay, and then what you want to do, run some PPC to it, see if it sells. Then you'll know quickly which of your 10 products are winners and which ones are losers. This is really, really important. It took me 12 months to figure this out, guys. So then, once you know your winners and your losers, then it's just a case of, obviously, the next order, get more of the winners, cut the losers, and then repeat this process. Okay, just keep on repeating this process. Try to do this once a month if you can. Obviously, you know, with the latest economic crisis that we're having right now, and the pandemic and everything, China's been all kind of thrown, it's kind of thrown everything into out of whack because of logistics wise, and the factories have been closed down in China and all that, but things will get back to where they were. It's just going to take a few more months, maybe 6 months. Okay, so start researching your products now, but everything, once things get back to production, like I'm talking about, not production, I'm talking about the logistics side of it, with airlines and all that sort of stuff. You better get your stuff sooner, and this is basically the winning formula. Step one: find fast-selling products, get very similar items, don't copy, change it up a bit, brand it, better packaging. Step two: apply the rule of thirds, better still, rule of fifth, rule of 5 or rule of 10x. Step 3, small volume, to test, and then get 10 products like this, which is it should be under $1,000, okay? And then also cut the losers, keep the winners, increase the next shipment with more of the ones that sold, and rinse and repeat this process. You're gonna send your stock directly from China directly to the Amazon warehouse. Try not to use a 3PL or a third-party warehouse like I did, because it does nothing but just bleed your profits. Okay, but obviously if you make that mistake like I did in the beginning, where I just ordered like way too much volume of one, then I realized, oh shit, I can't send it all to Amazon because Amazon won't give me the room because I was only a new seller. Then I had to put it into a third-party warehouse, which then cost me more money. Don't do that. Just get the small volume to begin with, okay? Just trust me on this. It's going to save you a lot of headache. Once you've sent it to Amazon, then just can rinse and repeat this process, okay? So that's basically the formula. That's the way I would do it. It took me basically 12 months to figure this out, all right? That's why I'm making this video, to help new sellers. And this is definitely the way I would do it if I had my last $1,000 on Amazon FBA Australia. Guys, thanks for watching the video to the end. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you have any questions or comments, just leave a comment below and I'll answer them. And also, if you want to know anything about affiliate marketing, make money from home, travel overseas, live the digital laptop lifestyle, make money in crypto, anything to do with basically living life on your terms, as I say it, leave a comment below and I'll try to make a video about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.